Nick. We're here with Nick Smith here at Bonhams and Butterfields. We're getting ready for, well, this is one of your infamous auctions here at the Petersen Museum.
Yes, it is. Classic California, we call this one.
And you're the specialist for collectors and motor cars?
Collectors, motor cars and motorcycles and various ephemera, yeah.
Oh, that's exciting. So what are you going to show us? Now, these are some of your picks, if you want to call from the auction.
A couple of star lots, a couple of my favourites. Firstly here, we have a visa for Steve and Neil McQueen to get into China for the filming of the Sand Pebbles.
Ooh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, it is. It actually says under occupation, if you translate it, movie star.
Really?
Yeah, it does. It's kind of fun. The tankard here, this rather sad-looking used tankard, is actually from 1959, Steve McQueen's first ever racing trophy. He raced a Porsche in Santa Barbara and won the E-Production first place. So we expect that to be quite the start.
Wow, that's pretty cool.
A couple of interesting photographs here. The photograph here, traditionally Steve always had a motorcycle on set, so would charge around between shots. But when they were filming down in the bayou of Louisiana, motorcycling wasn't really an option, so they gave him a boat, and so they went off between shots to tour around. A couple of interesting signed photographs. This photograph just here to the left here, that is the oldest known photograph of Steve McQueen that we've been able to discover so far. Actually in his hand, it says at the top, the Laughing Boys, Jeff, me and Don. That's from his days in the Marines. So that's an interesting piece. This is a print, Steve and Neil McQueen, back in the early days when he actually stole that bus stop sign and used it as a dumbbell for weight training.
A dumbbell? Boy.
Interesting letter here. At the time when Steve was on the list for the Manson murders, around that time, there's a series of documents. This is one of them to outline the safety issues to do with gun ownership at that time. He carried a gun pretty much everywhere he went at that time. Various letters and cards. As you can see, this one is signed by Steve. The one just behind it is actually signed Esteban. A pretty rare signature from Steve McQueen.
What is it signed?
Esteban, the Spanish version of.
Oh, really?
Steve. And a Christmas card and a letter to them, to the McQueens personally from Edward Kennedy.
Well, here's another Esteban one too.
Yeah, some pretty rare pieces. A letter from Birch Bear to Steve McQueen at the Oakwant address here, and some jewellery items. This turquoise pendant was given to him by David Foster after the filming of Getaway as a thank you. Very well worn, though we've got no photographs to back it up, but you can see on the back it's very worn. It's all inscribed to Steve from David. The cufflinks here, the little Buddha cufflinks, were given to Steve with from 1959. He did the Christmas show with Bob Hope. So they're inscribed from Bob Hope, Christmas '59 to Steve McQueen, together with this Tree of Life pendant that was given to Neil at that time. Interesting highlights. These are just artefacts from the houses that they had at Oakwant and in Brentwood and Beverly Hills. We call them liberated ashtrays. Steve had a little bit of a penchant for walking away from movie sets and hotels with various things, including ashtrays.
And I have a feeling he wasn't the only one.
No, I'm sure he wasn't. A pair of brandy balloons that were actually on set, on camera with him and Faye Dunaway in a very hot scene in the Thomas Crown Affair.
And gold rimmed?
Gold rimmed, yeah. So we're expecting to see those, because they were on camera, we're expecting to see those go for quite some money. Various personal effects, including this little brass container in which he would allegedly keep his illicit substances.
Ooh, I wonder if there's some remnants
in there? Bit of a smoker. No, there aren't. A Czech gun collector. So we have a bunch of his guns that he actually, when they were divorced and separated all of the stuff, all of the personal effects, Neil found these some years later stuffed up in the attic of the house.
Oh, really? Well, I guess he believed in gun safety then.
No. Yeah. No, it was a scary day bringing them down out of her attic, I must say.
Did he have a favourite?
Well, this is an interesting piece. This is one of our favourites. This gun, the story behind it was Bill Meyer, the executive for Solar Productions, their movie producing company, bought this gun during the Manson murders, and around that time bought the gun as a safety measure in the office in North Hollywood. Steve walked in one day, liked it. It's a Riot spec pump action shotgun. Steve liked it quite a lot and asked to borrow it. Took it away and used it throughout the filming of The Getaway. So it's on camera throughout the movie of The Getaway, and that's the actual gun. Some more artifacts from around their home. Another liberated ashtray from the Peninsula Club, and the silver-plated.
That is quite beautiful.
Isn't it?
For an ashtray.
No,
I can see why.
no, probably some towels somewhere, and maybe a dressing gown as well. The silver cup as well. That was for joints and marijuana, etc. A couple of interesting guns here as well. The snub-nose gun there was used. He carried, at all times around the Manson murders time. There's some photographs of him with it in the back of his trousers. And the gun to its right, he was practicing his quick draw when they were out in Vegas for some time. Neil McQueen opened Tropicana out in Las Vegas, and he was practicing his quick draw. She walked through the door carrying a bag of groceries. He said, "Look, honey," showed her how quick he could draw, and then shot the bag of groceries.
Oh, but she.
That's an interesting
Yeah.
side. Would you like to go and see some cars? We'll go this side. Come on, we'll go this side. Very interesting piece, this, based on this. In 2001, Ford built the new Mustang and built a Bullet edition, so it's a modern replication of the 1968 movie car. In the green with the same wheels, etc. The first few cars were held for the family. The first car was with the son Chad. The second car went to the daughter Terry. Unfortunately, we lost to cancer a few years ago, so it was briefed to the granddaughter, Molly McQueen Blatcher. This is her car from 2001 with 35 miles on the clock.
35 miles?
Absolutely brand spanking.
Yeah.
We expect to see some action on this one as well.
Oh, that's exciting.